ship so I can go.
Play with me if you want to and find out.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and get the keys. No, you're not going to move. I'm going to remove these cuffs off you. Stop pulling back now.
Pulling back. Why is she touching me? A female shouldn't be touching me.
Moving now!
A female shouldn't be touching me, bro. Look, I'm scared. I'm in fear for my life. She should not be touching me.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your man TP. Today, we are jumping into the courtroom of Judge David Wolfe out of the state of Tennessee. And we are in Judge Wolfe's courtroom today for a trial for a sovereign citizen by the name of Sherrick Vaughn. And I've been telling you guys that we're going to start getting these trials out to you. And today we have another one for you. We shared a trial with you last week in Judge Oakley's courtroom. And let me shout out Sovereign Citizens Chronicles for hitting me up with this trial. Thank you, my brother. I truly do appreciate you. But nonetheless, we are in Judge Wolfe's courtroom. Sherrick Vaughn, he is fighting a revoked license. He's also fighting a charge of retaliation of past action against an officer. So it's going to be very interesting how this plays out. We know when it comes to sovereign citizens, you know, they don't get as crazy as they normally would in trial as they do in some of their regular appearances. But nonetheless, we want to follow up and find out the conclusion of these cases. So listen, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Judge Wolfe's courtroom.
General Bryson, you may read the indictment.
In the Circuit Court for Dickson County, Tennessee at Charlotte, November term, Grand Jury 2022. The grand jurors of Dickson County, Tennessee, duly impaneled, sworn upon their oaths, do present that on or about June 18th, 2022, in Dickson County, Tennessee, and prior to the finding of this indictment, Sherrick Marquis Vaughn then and there did unlawfully and willfully drive a motor vehicle upon a public highway in Dickson County, Tennessee, at the time when the privilege of the defendant to do so was canceled, suspended, or revoked, in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 5550-504, all of which is against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. And the grand jurors aforesaid, upon their oaths aforesaid, do further present and say that on or about June 18th, 2022, and prior to the finding of this indictment, in the county and state aforesaid, Sherrick Marquis Vaughn then and there did unlawfully and knowingly harm or threaten to harm Officer Lindsay Javins by any unlawful act in retaliation for anything Officer Lindsay Javins did in an official capacity in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-16-510, all of which is against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. Signed by W. Ray Crouch, Jr., District Attorney General.
Mr. Vaughn, as to that indictment and to those two counts, how does you plead?
Your Honor, I would like to change my plea. I would like to plead guilty to count 1 and not guilty to count 2.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant has pled guilty to count 1, so that count you will not have to consider in your determinations in this matter. He has pled not guilty to count 2, and we will allow that to be entered as a not guilty plea. We are now ready to proceed to the next step, which would be the opening statements, and we're at the noon hour. I would suggest that we begin after lunch with opening statements, and then we move to the testimony. Ladies and gentlemen, I've given you a set of instructions that are how to monitor your progress in this case and how to monitor your behavior. I would just remind you that it's very important that you not discuss this case among yourselves. You're free to go anywhere you want to go for lunch. You're not under any sort of restrictions, but when you come back, gather you want them down in the jury assembly room. If you'll go back where you went to first thing this morning, they will bring you up through the back elevator and have you in the jury room so that you can kind of keep you isolated from everybody else. So we are now going to stand in recess. we'll give you until, let's try to be back at 1:15, and if at all possible. If it's a little later than that, we won't start without you, but we'll see if we can all be back by 1:15 and get started. We'll stand in recess to 1:15.
Wow, guys. Mr. Vaughn tapped out pretty quickly on that first charge. I definitely didn't see that coming, and I'm sure you guys didn't either. Pleads guilty to the revoked license charge. Now he's just going to fight the retaliation of past action. So let's see how all this plays out. It sounds a little nasty with this second charge, but maybe he has something up his sleeve. Maybe he has a great defense, but I don't know. We shall see.
All right, anything before we bring the jury in?
Judge, I wanted to address one thing briefly before the jury came in. When I read the indictment, I of course read it as would be anticipated for a bifurcated trial. So the defendant is charged with driving on revoked third offense, and I just wanted to be clear for the record that that was what he was pleading to.
It is clear for the record that the defendant is in fact charged with third offense, but because it is a bifurcated trial, I'm sure Mr. Spratt has probably explained that to you, Mr. Vaughn, but a bifurcated trial means under our rules, the jury cannot hear that you have been twice before convicted of driving on a revoked license. They only know that's your charge. So we will have the trial, and because on the third or the second count, but because you have been convicted of a driving on a revoked license, you have pled guilty to that, then it was a third offense. Is there going to be any contest about that being a third offense? Because under the rules, what would happen is that we would have to have a bifurcated section that for the jury to determine whether or not you had two prior convictions.
I believe the state's got two witnesses. I'm not holding them.
Turn your microphone on.
It's on. I'm sorry. I think the state's got two witnesses, and I'm not going to hold General Bryson to that, or Mr. Vaughn's not either, but before Corporal Stewart's testimony, we may have a short jury out on an issue, his testimony. But that, I think, should be the only thing that's taken up.
All right. Then you have some issue, there's nothing been filed in, to my knowledge, that would affect that, but we'll take that up whenever it gets to it.
And, well, I can address the reason it hasn't been filed now or later.
You what?
The reason that it hasn't been filed.
Go ahead.
Is because I think it just probably came to light at the motion hearing. Necessariness for it. Necessary as to the necessity of it. I'm sorry.
All right, well, the jury's been sworn, we're proceeding with the trial. He's pled guilty to count one. We will move to count two, which is count two, because we've obliterated the original count two, and now count three is count two. So let's go ahead and put on our proof regarding that, and when you get to a witness that you need a jury out hearing, you will need to allow me to let me know, and then Mr. Vaughn can argue as whatever it is he wants to argue. All right, bring out the jury, please. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are now ready to proceed with the opening statements of the parties if they choose to make one.
You are going to get a snapshot of the incidents that happened on June the 22nd of 2022. The defendant having already pled to driving on revoked, the state will be presenting proof, in our case in chief, only on the charge of retaliation for past action. Now, what you will hear in the proof is that on that night, Officer Javins had a reason to stop and talk to Mr. Vaughn, and that Mr. Vaughn, the defendant, was arrested. You will be able to see the video of when he arrives at the jail and begins to make comments to Officer Javins. You will be able to hear his exact words. It will be up to you to decide exactly what those words are. Some of the ones that will be fairly clear will be, I am a threat for a reason. Okay. When Officer Javins finishes up her paperwork, she needs to retrieve her handcuffs. When an officer arrests a person, those are that officer's handcuffs. And when that person is in the custody of the jail, it's normal that they switch out the handcuffs and put jail cuffs on, and the officer takes their cuffs with them should they need to make any other arrest. It is at that point that Mr. Vaughn is going to begin to become agitated, to become upset. He will state that he does not want this officer, a female, touching him. He will say that if they take the cuffs off, he's going to break her jaw. He will make several comments that you will get to hear while Officer Javins is there. And then later on, you will hear from another officer that will talk about comments later on. And all of those comments taken together will be the state's proof for retaliation for past action, which is the making of a threat against an officer for actions taken in the course of that officer's duty.
Mr. Vaughn, you may address the jury if you choose, or you may waive your argument. Mr. Vaughn, do you wish to address the jury?
1 second, Your Honor.
If Mr. Vaughn is going to address the jury, he must do so now.
Yeah, I knew that was coming because one thing about Judge Wolfe, he does not play. If you know anything about his court and his courtroom, he will jump in there and say something crazy, something slick, so I saw that coming for sure.
Your Honor, I wish to waive open statement and reserve for defendant's case in chief.
Right, defendant has waived his right to make an opening statement, so General, you may start your proof.
State calls Corporal Lindsay Javins.
Confirm the testimony given in this case be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Are you Corporal Lindsay Javins?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, some people say Javins instead of Javins, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
We are ringing a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's me.
Would you spell your first and your last name for our court reporter?
Lindsey. My last name is Javins.
And how are you employed?
Oh, the City of Dixon Police Department.
And were you working for the city in June of 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been in law enforcement?
Since 2017.
And is Dixon Police Department the only law enforcement agency that you've worked for?
No, ma'am. I previously worked for Fairview Police Department.
And on June the 18th of 2022, did you come into contact with the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
And as part of that conduct, did you end up placing him under arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
We are going to focus on the events once he is taken to jail. So are you and he the only ones in your patrol car?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there other officers on scene earlier?
Yes, ma'am.
So once you arrive at the jail, Explain to the jury sort of the Sally port and how it goes to take someone into the jail.
Yes, ma'am. So whenever you pull into the jail, you drive around the side. There's a front gate. You press a button, tell them what you're there for. They let you in the front gate. And then you go to another gate, and that gate opens. And then you go into a Sally port, which is essentially like a kind of like a pull-through garage. And it's a secure area to bring whoever into the jail. So we were in that Sally port area. That's essentially like a garage. There's a door right beside where you would park your car to enter into the jail booking area.
On the ride to the jail, was the defendant, describe his demeanor.
On the way to the jail, like when we first started driving to the jail, we had been joking around and talking. We had just had a pretty reasonable conversation at the police department. We were on good terms at that point in time.
Is that unusual when you're transporting someone?
Not usually. I mean, after a point in time, sometimes people will, start having conversation with you. Sometimes people are mad the whole time. It fluctuates.
And did he remain calm or did he become agitated at some point?
He remained calm until we got to the Sally port.
What is the first thing that you would pinpoint as him getting agitated?
Whenever he said that my name's not Lindsay, when he was getting out of the car, and then he said that I lied to him like all women do.
And how did it go from there?
So he is stepping out of the car. As he's getting out of the car, he said, "Your name's not Lindsay." And I said, "Yeah, it is Lindsay. My last name is Javins," because our name is on our uniform, and he saw the Javins. I said, "I just typically do first name basis with people because it's easier to remember than Javins. Javins is kind of hard to remember." So he started getting upset about that. He was like, he said that we had made peace, and then I had lied to him, something to that effect of that I lied to him about my name and that we weren't cool anymore, basically. And then as we start to enter into the jail, that is whenever he said, I'm a threat for a reason. I misheard him. So I said, what? You're a what for a reason? Or you know what for a reason? And he said, I'm a threat for a reason.
Is that the only thing he said that gave you concern?
No, ma'am.
Now, I'm going to pass up in just a minute a disc and ask you if you recognize it and give the jury an opportunity to view the video. But could you hit some of the high points of why the statements he made that were concerning to you?
So the first one that was bad was whenever the jail staff was trying to take the cuffs off of him. He was upset because I was assisting the jail staff. There was one person on his left arm and there was nobody on his right arm. And there was who I don't even know the jailer's name. I presume him to be newer, kind of inexperienced, and he was standing just directly beside us. He wasn't doing much other than he was about to unlock the cuffs. So whenever Mr. Vaughn started pulling around, I went and grabbed his right arm, so just one officer wasn't assisting. At that point in time, he's upset because I'm touching him, and more deputies come. And whenever other people get there, I step back, thinking that if I'm no longer touching him, it's going to de-escalate the situation. And at that time, he said, when her jaw gets broke, it's your fault. And then he continued, fighting with them. And then a female jailer said, will you stop tensing up or trying to take these handcuffs off? And he said, excuse my language, fuck no. I'm going to beat that bitch up, something of that effect. Then, probably one of the things that made me feel uneasy the most is after they got the cuffs off, they walked him to the jail doors for the holding area where they were putting him in. And he said, he looked at me and he said, laugh if you want to. You live in Dixon, Fairview, you talk too much, implying that I had told him too much information about myself, because I had told him that I'd previously worked for Fairview Police Department. So he was saying to me that I live in Dixon or Fairview, that I talk too much. So I told him too much information about myself.
Did he make any, did he call you by name during any of these threats?
During the actual threats, no. At one point, he did call me by name during the incident inside the jail, yes.
Was anything in his body language suggestive of who he was talking to?
Absolutely. There in several times he was speaking.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
All right, restate your question.
I asked if there was anything in his body language that indicated to whom he was addressing with his threats.
Overrule the objection. She can testify about what she observed and what, that led her to believe, but that goes to the jury to determine whether or not that's reasonable interpretation for what she saw.
Officer, was there anything in his body language that indicated to who he was speaking about?
Yes, ma'am. So whenever he was speaking and he would say her, he was leaning towards my direction. One time he even looked at me. And there's another time that he's walking towards my direction and staring me down right before another officer grabbed him.
I am going to pass up a disc. We will refer to this as Exhibit 1. Do you recognize what I've just handed you?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
It is the disc that contains my body camera footage from that night.
And have you had an opportunity to review it?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a true and accurate reflection of the events as they happened that night?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I would move this in as Exhibit 1.
We'll mark it as Exhibit 1.
And then after the clerk has marked it, I would like to retrieve it. Corporal Javins, did you, and you said that you reviewed it, you actually listened through this a couple of times, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you take the time to prepare a transcript of what you heard on that recording?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, at this point, when I play the body cam, actually, I'll pass up to Corporal, is this the transcript that you prepared?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And to the best of your knowledge, is it a true and accurate reflection of what is on this recording?
Yes, ma'am. There are pieces that I think that is documented on there that it may say like we couldn't understand what he was saying. There's some things that, especially at the end, that you couldn't hear exactly what he was saying whenever he was in the holding cell. There were only a couple comments that you could actually make out. So it doesn't have every single line, but it is pretty accurate to what's on here is what I heard on the video.
Judge, I have previously provided a copy of this to the defense. I would like to move it in as Exhibit 2 and allow the jurors to have a copy as they listen to the recording.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a transcript this witness has prepared based on her interpretation of what you're about to see and hear on this recording. It is up to you to compare that to what you hear on that to determine whether or not that is an accurate transcription.
Sorry, Judge, the state of Tennessee's firewall was not playing nice with the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, since it looks like we're in a stalled here for a moment, why don't you step across, leave those copies of the transcript in the courtroom and go ahead and step over to the jury room and we'll call you when we have everything ready. General Bryson, I'm going to step off. As soon as you can get that in working order, let me know. All right, are we ready for the jury? Let's bring the jury in.
Judge, I'll go ahead and say for the appellate record, there are 2 files on this. Yep. For the appellate record, there are 2 files on this, and I will be playing from the second file. And then I'll put my times on when the jury comes in here. All right, Judge, are you ready for me to begin playing?
We are ready.
Judge, for the record, I am beginning to play on the video screen time, so that would be the real date and time, at 22 hours, 27 minutes, and 8 seconds. And I may pause at points. I'll note that for the record.
You want to get out this way or on that end? Whichever one's easiest for you.
Your name ain't Lindsay.
That's my first name. My last name's Javins. Javins.
So you just lying to me like all women.
My name is Lindsay.
I just gave you respect. I'm taking
Lindsay Javins. Look, I try to be like first name basis with people. Lindsay's way easier to remember than
What you
Javins.
supposed to do?
Yeah, like Lindsay's.
Same way y'all got me last time on a lawsuit. You're straight.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna meet you first. I'm gonna let you know.
Where's your
Don't play
reason
with
for
nobody
that?
that's peaceful. You better get you.
I'm not blaming nobody that's peaceful. I was being peaceful until you wouldn't get out of the car.
Disrespectful as I was.
Come on, man.
I'm a threat, though.
Come on,
I'm
man.
a threat for a reason.
What?
I'm a threat for a reason.
You know what for a reason?
I am a threat.
Oh, you are a threat?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I don't know how you mean that, but okay. What did I lie to you about? I'm not playing with
I
you.
don't trust women for a reason, bro. Hey, for real.
Well, I don't trust people that don't listen to me. I've never given them. Look, how are you going to tell me we made peace and then start being mean
No, I'm
again?
just letting you know. I'm just letting you know who I am. It ain't no threat, not my good.
You kind of just threatened me, but it's
Okay,
cool.
you want to, I'm sure I'm none of it. Feelings don't feel up your stomach. What they were doing. Fuck feelings. That's what involved the whole array, your feelings.
All right.
Actually, right.
You say something really spicy? I don't have no problem over here. What? You still go through, you still put it in a supplement?
Who's the sergeant in charge, man?
It's Gonzalez.
Is it the light skin dude?
Huh?
Is he light skin? I call him light skin, okay.
You look like you're like, you're like you didn't know what you were walking into.
I'm gonna put my head in
You looked a little scared.
No, I'm
Never scared.
not, for sure. I'm playing no game.
Nobody else. I see it. Fucking radio. Mr. Vaughn, you can take those off.
Don't do it.
I would just try calling back in about 30 minutes to an hour. We won't know really anything
Mr.
about
Vaughn,
it.
I gotta leave.
Lindsay, that's your real name. You know
So,
what I mean? I don't talk
have more information. If you do know what it is.
Take the cuffs off.
She's not in charge of this shit. I know that's it.
I need my.
Get this fucking guy. Don't touch me. I know the charge me.
I'm leaving, guys.
Yeah, you can call them. No. Them are just right, and they might have some information. But otherwise, I would just call back in about a half hour.
Oh,
All right, listen. I'm just talking about, listen. You won't be cordial. We'll be frank.
well, because that's my stuff. I need my
I
stuff.
don't trust her.
That's her cuffs.
Bro, I will put myself in your custody and we can go to this cell together. She needs to be away from me. I'm asking you not to take these cuffs off.
Mr.
Until
Vaughn,
I get away from her. Me and you can walk over there. Leave, you tell her to leave me alone. I'm not gonna
however
cause
you
you
want
any
to.
trouble.
Just shit so I can go.
Play with me if you want to and find out.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and get the keys. No, you're not gonna move. I'm gonna remove these cuffs off you. Stop pulling back now.
Pull it back. Why is she touching me? A female shouldn't be touching me.
now!
A female shouldn't be touching me, bro. Look, I'm scared. I'm in fear for my life. She should not be touching me.
Hey,
Alright?
nobody wants to hurt you.
Why is she touching me? I don't trust her. Get her off of me.
I hear you.
Please get her off of me.
Nobody wants to hurt you. Just go with the flow.
So with the flow, get her off of me. I don't need her touching me. Y'all can handle me. I said I wouldn't.
Nobody's touching you anymore.
Stop pulling back, Sarah!
Touch me.
She's not touching you!
Touch me. She's not touching me right now.
She's not touching you anymore.
She's not touching me. Relax.
She's not touching you.
Relax.
Her hands are off you right now.
I just told you
I ain't gonna give you no problem. She ain't got no reason to touch me. When our dog get broke, it's your fault. About the law.
Sorry. Hey, we're trying to get the cuffs off you. Can you stop tensing up, please?
Thank y'all think everybody playing. You laughing. You live in Dixon, Fairview, you talk somewhere. You get the problem. Where you shake me up here.
I'm sorry. He just wants to act bad since he's in here. He's perfectly fine the rest of the time. Just trying to act hard. Here's his copies right here. That's all he had, was just whatever was on.
Just shoes.
That's all he had. Didn't have anything else. Original call for domestic. He was threatening to kill his kid.
Judge, we have stopped play at 22 hours, 37 minutes, and 59 seconds.
All right.
Judge, I am going to keep this queued up in case during his cross-examination, the defendant wants to play any portion of this.
All right, then we'll turn the lights on.
Did this interaction at the jail happen in Dixon County?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have you had any interaction with the defendant outside of your capacity as a law enforcement officer?
No, ma'am.
These comments taken as a whole, did you mention this to another officer?
Yes, ma'am.
And that officer encouraged you to document these?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did he encourage you to document these?
He encouraged me to document the information.
Objection, Your Honor. Speculation.
Overruled.
Why did he encourage you to document these?
He encouraged me to document it in my report just in case any further action happened, as if he did try to retaliate against me, did try to assault me or anything like that. Say if I, saw him out in public somewhere.
Let's talk about assault. You did not seek charges for him on assault that night.
That's correct.
And that's because he didn't hit you that night.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is a different legal charge than the retaliation.
Yes, ma'am.
Objection, Your Honor. Leading.
Sustained. Don't lead the witness.
The charges of assault and retaliation, do those have separate elements?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing further.
Mr. Vaughn, do you have the right to cross-examine the witness? Do you wish to ask any questions?
Yes, sir, I do. Just take it. Good afternoon. Is it Corporal Jarvins?
Javins.
Javins, sorry about that. Is this this is a testimony you wrote, correct?
That is, yes, sir.
Here,
That
here,
is-
I would say it's a testimony, but it's what I wrote, yes.
Okay. This was because the video was, it was difficult for you to hear, correct? The reason you wrote this?
I wrote it out for myself and then I shared it with Miss Bryson, or General Bryson, sorry.
So you needed to recall it better for the jury, correct? Yes.
No, sir, I remembered what happened.
Okay. You, how long ago was this?
In 2022.
Okay, you remember what happened. Are you sure you didn't just write this out because you forgot what happened and you just wanted to, so I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm brain farting here, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you wrote this out so that you wouldn't forget what happened for the jury, right, correct?
I wrote it out while I was reviewing my video. I think that it's important that I did that because there were a lot of direct statements that were made that I think the accuracy is important.
Okay, so you remember it from the video or you have firsthand knowledge?
Yes, sir, from the video.
Oh, okay. So you only remember the threat and for retaliation from the video? Or, I mean, because let me ask you this instead. So you arrested me for retaliation. No, you didn't. I was charged with retaliation, correct? Retaliation and past act.
Yes, sir, you were, that was presented to a grand jury and it came back with true bill.
So that wasn't the original charge, was it? That the reason I was arrested and taken to the jail, was it?
No, you were taken to jail for a different reason.
Okay, okay. And you didn't charge me that night with retaliation or past act, correct?
No, sir.
Okay. Did I tell you that I was scared of women at any time during the traffic stop?
Yes, sir.
I did. Did you believe that to be true?
Not entirely, no, sir.
Oh, so you took it as joking or lying per se?
I didn't believe that you were scared of all women, no, sir.
Okay. Was there another female jailer present who had her hands on me at the time when these statements were made? When they were trying to remove the cuffs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you didn't never hear me say your name at all or direct that towards you, that I want to do anything to you?
You looked at me and you said, Lindsay, if that's what your name is, because you were upset because you thought I lied to you. And then during that time, that between the two threats of breaking my jaw and beating me up, you called me a lying. One of the two.
Okay. Your Honor, can I ask my question, please?
You may consult. Ladies and gentlemen, for further explanation, Mr. Spratt was appointed by this court as advisory counsel. He is not participating on an active basis, but he's there to give advice because of the fact that Mr. Vaughn had requested to be able to represent himself. So.
Okay, in the video we just watched, I'm sorry, your name is Miss Jarvin. Sorry, Jarvin, you got to keep forgiving me for that. I'm horrible with names.
You're fine. Last name is Javins.
Javins, okay. The video we just watched, you said he's trying to act bad because he was in there before and he was perfectly fine the whole time. You said that, right?
At the end, I made a comment that you were acting different than you were before we got to the jail. Absolutely.
You were laughing too also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So felt no threat at the time at all that night, did you?
Threats were made to me, yes.
So you didn't feel threatened,
I did feel threatened.
but you're laughing during feeling threatened?
I think that a part of my job, we are frequently faced with fear that we don't show. I've been faced with life and death situations and I didn't show fear.
So you had no threats or interactions with me since then?
The only interaction I've had with you since then is in court.
I think this would be safe to say that I feel like these charges were a retaliation from you instead of from me due to the fact that you arrested me for illegally. Would you agree?
Mr. Vaughn, you are making a statement rather than asking a question. It has to be in the form of a question. You'll be allowed to testify if you choose to do so, but this must be in the form of a question for this witness.
Okay. Would you say that the original arrest was illegal?
No, sir.
Let me see here. I got some more questions for you. What was your original charges you arrested me for?
Originally, you were charged with resisting arrest, stop, halt, frisk.
Hold on just a second, please. Ladies and gentlemen, step across the way, please. Okay, we're walking a fine line. You've asked her a question about the original arrests. The original arrests were for driving on a revoked license, third offense, and for the second count, which the court, I think, the state resisting arrest, which I think the state had acknowledged. My concern is that opening the door to the evidence coming in about you're having two prior, being driving on a revoked license, third offense, and that's why I wanted to caution Corporal. I just want you, if you can answer his question about driving on a revoked license, just don't add the third offense part.
Okay.
Is that
Yes,
all right?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Then that's the only thing. Any objection to any of that? Step back and talk to your advisory council. Let me step off the bench for a second. Mr. Spratt, I'm going to give you some leeway and from these, but I'm not going to keep delaying this trial for you two to confer. So make it quick. Understand, and that's why I'm simply advising you both. I'll give you an opportunity to consult. That's what elbow counsel or advisory counsel does. But there is a point where it's delaying the trial, and we're not going to continue to allow that to keep happening if it's going to be. That's fine. As I say, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's already almost 2:30 in the afternoon. So, what happened to our district attorney? All right, gentlemen, we're ready for the jury.
Yes, Judge.
Bring the jury in.
Excuse me, Your Honor, 1 second. I'm aware of the charges that I'm being charged with, and I don't want to hinder her from responding to my questions. I mean, they're going to have to know that what I'm arrested for anyways.
It's your decision as to how you ask. I'm just wanted to make clear that what you're opening the door for, and you go for it. You ask whatever questions you feel like you want. You've got counsel that's advised you, and now you're ready to go. I just was trying to take a head count. All right, I guess I could just count the empty chairs instead of the heads. All right, Mr. Vaughn, we are ready for you to continue your line of questioning.
Okay. What was the original reason you arrested me?
Resisting and driving on revoked.
Okay. Was one of those charges dismissed?
The state elected to not proceed forward with one of them, yes.
Okay. Do you believe that I really was resisting that night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, Ron, I would like to play some video footage. if you
Briefly.
can. Sir?
If you need to consult, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm gonna play some video
Oh,
footage.
you want to play the video?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Spratt can assist you in that. Now, are you going to ask this witness, what is it we're watching so that the jury understand and can follow along?
It's right here, jury, is the beginning of the interaction with Miss Javins. I can't get it right.
Right. So you're going to show the body cam footage from the initial contact between you and Corporal Javins?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Judge, for the appellate record, this is the first file on the disk that is submitted as Exhibit 1. And we are starting at the beginning of play, and I'll note the time whenever they stop.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we're pulling into Delaware Junior now. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How about I come back here and talk to me real quick, man?
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle until you tell me the reason.
Well, we got a call that there's a domestic, so I just want to talk to you about
A call
what's
for a
going.
domestic?
Yeah.
What makes a domestic?
I got you. Somebody just called. Let me come back here and talk to me real quick. We'll talk about
I
it.
can't step out of the vehicle until I
You
committed a crime.
can't.
I reserve all my rights.
All right, well, let me tell you this. So Pennsylvania versus Mims case law says anytime I tell you to step out of the car, you step out of the car.
But you also know. that-
Case
like,
law says,
no.
no.
I'm gonna let
Case
you
law
speak.
says if I tell you to get out of the car, you get out of the car.
Can I have a
So
male? Can
get
I
out
have
of
a
the car.
supervisor come to?
Well, they're coming. You're gonna get out of the car when I
don't
ask
feel
you
comfortable
to.
right now because there's a female present. It's a male domestic. I've been in this
I'm
three
not.
times.
I'm just trying to talk to you.
Okay.
You're making this a thing.
No, I'm not.
Step it up for me. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to you separately. Okay. That's how I want to do it. That's how we do domestics. We're gonna talk to you separately. That's how we're gonna go. So I'm gonna get you to
Hold
step
on.
out of the car. Look, this is
Am I
go
under
one way.
arrest?
You're gonna step out because I'm telling you to step out now.
Where am I going to stand? And am I under arrest
Step it
before I
up
step
for
out of
me.
my private vehicle?
You're not under arrest right now. I just need to
Then I
talk to
have no
you.
reason to step out. I'm still not under arrest.
Step out. You're gonna go to jail for resisting.
I asked
The
you-
second I put my hands on you and you don't get out of this
I
car,
asked you
you're
a
gonna
question.
go
You
for
did not answer
resisting.
correctly. You know this.
There ain't nothing about it. I just
If
told
I'm
you.
not under
I
arrest,
just
then you
told
have no
you.
reason to touch me.
Case law says if I tell you to get out of
It's
the car,
not
you
about
get out of the car.
touching. If you say I'm
It
under
is.
arrest,
Get out of the car. Come on. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I told you to get out. Get out of the car.
Don't get out. Don't.
Get out.
Wait, hold on. Grab that before
You're
you
good.
touch me.
That's
You're
our
good.
work knife.
I ain't worried about that. Come back here and talk to me. Stop making this a thing.
Is that a male in that car?
Yes, there's two males in that car.
Look, I want a
Go
male
up
to
here.
touch me. Please stop touching me.
Go up here. Go up here.
I want a male to touch me.
Yeah, there's gonna be a male that's gonna touch you. Put your hands on
Male,
your back.
please touch me.
There's gonna be a male that's gonna touch
A
you.
male, please touch me.
All right.
There are no females to touch me.
Dude, chill out.
See, you're being disrespectful.
You've been disrespectful since I walked
asked
up
you,
here.
am I under arrest? You said no. It ain't no shut up. Am I under arrest? And you said no. Then why am I
Did I
detained?
tell you to get out of the car? Did I tell you to get out of the car?
Am I under
Get
arrest?
out.
Am I under arrest?
Did I tell you? Now you are.
I reserved
Now you
on my
are.
rights.
Now you're going for resisting at minimum because I told you to get out of the car. You didn't get out of the freaking car. How many times did I tell you to get out of the car?
No, you're not.
No, he's not. No, you're not.
Right now, I think.
All right, ma'am. You step out and talk me away from the kids, please.
Yeah, we were just arguing.
I got
We've been
you.
together 15 years.
I got you. Well, there's enough that's already.
Miguel.
Listen.
There's lights on too.
For the record, we have stopped at time signature 20:53:54.
I just wanted to stop the video right here. I will say this. I feel like the resisting arrest charge is a little weak. I mean, he did resist because he didn't comply, but I think she kind of could have let that go. But nonetheless, according to what resisting arrest is and what he didn't do when she asked, you can give him that charge. But I felt that was a little weak.
Okay. Are you familiar with the de-escalation process?
The de-escalation process.
Process or policy? Yes.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Do your department have a de-escalation process or policy?
We're trained on de-escalation, yes.
Okay. Would you give me some idea what that looks like, or from your training? What did they teach you to how to de-escalate a situation?
It varies upon circumstances and what's going on. I think that talking to people, I feel like it's a de-escalation tactic of talking to people like, hey man, come out here and talk to me real quick so we can talk about what's going on. That, explaining to people their legal obligation to do something and giving them prior warning of, if I have to put my hands on you, you're going to jail for resisting. I think all of those things de-escalation works two ways. Gives that person a chance to begin to comply.
Okay. You just stated that citing their legal obligation to do something, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you cited Men's versus Pennsylvania, correct?
Pennsylvania versus Mims, yes, sir.
Okay, so you're familiar with that case law, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you're not familiar with pass act retaliation? That is a statute that you can charge somebody with?
What are you asking?
I believe earlier you stated that you didn't have knowledge of what the charge was, but you just took note of it in case something happened.
I took note of the threats. If you're referring to the last motion hearing that we had, when I said I was unaware that that was a thing, I was unaware that it was applicable to law enforcement. I didn't realize that we were covered under that statute. I thought that it was applicable for judges and DAs and things like that.
Yeah,
or positions like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just finding it funny that you're familiar with case law, but not with it.
I'm sorry.
If we could keep to questions instead of statements.
You're making statements, Mr. Vaughn. Sustain the objection. You may only ask questions.
Okay. Let me see. Did I have a seatbelt on that night?
Yes, sir.
Did I have a knife or anything else on me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I give you the knife?
You told me the knife was in your pocket, and I took it out and put it in the car before you got out.
Do you think that was a wise thing for me to do? To let you know I had a weapon on me?
I appreciated that.
Okay. Did that make you feel at ease? You wasn't feeling threatened any type of way?
I appreciated that you told me you had a knife on you so we could remove that from your pocket, yes.
Okay. When you're arresting someone, is it procedure for you to tell them to shut up?
Tell people to shut up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not typically something that I do, but in the heat of the moment, I may say things that typically aren't said.
Okay, so the heat of moment, would you mean like you were agitated maybe?
I wouldn't say I was agitated. I was at a different level than somebody who would have complied and got out of the car and just sorted things out when I first asked them to.
Would you please elaborate on a different level, please?
A different level as in my senses were heightened that something else might be going on, that something's wrong. I have those officer safety concerns in mind because you weren't acting like the typical person does whenever you make a stop and you say, hey, come back here and talk to me for a minute. That's typically not the response that we get.
Okay. Here's one more question. I think we asked this before, but just for the record, for the jury's ears too. What was the original call? What was your reason for pulling me over?
The original reason was for domestic. They called in and said that you were threatening to kill the female and the children. That person was so concerned about those threats, they even came to the scene to speak with me because she was so concerned.
Okay. I ask you next. And that's the charge you didn't charge me with, correct?
No, sir, you were not charged for domestic.
Okay. I have some more videos I want to play, Your Honor. We can move forward.
What videos are those?
I have actually off the same video. I got different parts of it I want to play for the jury.
All right. Mr. Pratt, are you going to assist you in that?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe he's got some marked, and I'll flow with him and let you know for the record where we're at.
What?
So, Your Honor, for the record, we're starting back at 20:55 and 57 seconds. 20:55 and 57 seconds on the timestamp.
It's not besides the point when I'm in fear.
All right, man.
I'm in fear of females because look, in 2015, 5 females showed up to the scene.
Bro, come on now. Stop
Please
that.
let me speak.
Stop that.
You have
Stop
not
all
been where I've been.
that.
I don't know you. You're a new buddy.
Stop all
I'm not,
that.
no disrespect to new buddy. I've been doing this for years.
Okay, so
No disrespect.
what happened at Walmart? Why are people
All I told her
calling?
was shut up. I got a phone call with people that are very dangerous telling me that my baby mama had her mouth open on their situation. I said, baby, you cannot talk. And she's still cussing me. She's doing everything. Look, shut up, shut up, shut up. All I repeat.
Yeah.
I've been with her for 15 years. She still ain't learned shit up. I don't ever put my hands on her. I don't ever do anything. Look, I just bought that for her. It ain't even her birthday.
I didn't say you put your hands
I'm
on
scared
it.
of females. I'm just gonna let you know because females make situations worse.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you heard me keep asking for
But
help.
it sounds like you made the situation worse by yourself whenever
No,
I told you to get out of the damn car.
but
and you
you're a
wouldn't get out of the
female.
car. Yeah, I tell you to get out of the car and you wouldn't get out of the car. That's the bottom line. I explained to you. I explained to you the law. I explained to you. If I tell you to get out of the car.
Listen, man, when it comes to life,
That's the
law
problem is
means
you
nothing.
think. Oh, I'm sorry.
When it comes
sorry
to
you
my
feel that way.
life, I'm sorry, but when it comes to my life,
Okay, and that's why you go to
I've
jail.
heard that before.
Okay, and that's how you go to jail. Is if you don't follow the rules, then you go to jail.
Your Honor, for the record, we've stopped at 20:57 and 21 seconds.
All right.
Okay. My next question would be, all right, so would you consider this an investigation still into the domestic at this point in the video?
I had spoken to the female about the incident. I was attempting to speak to you about the incident, and if I'm not mistaken, it continues. And you said that, no, you just told her to shut up.
What I'm asking is this considered an investigation at this point in the video? This is what you're doing, correct?
Looking into the domestic, yes, sir.
Okay. Are interrupting people while they're speaking, is that part of your training? Because you walked up in the video when I was talking and just started cutting
Judge,
people off.
again, questions, not statements.
The objection is to the to the fact that you're not asking questions, you're making statements. I sustain the objection.
Is interrupting people while they're speaking part of your training?
No.
Okay. I believe we just seen that in the video, correct?
Interrupting you from speaking to the other officers, is that what you're speaking of?
To them, including you.
No, that's not something that they train us on.
Okay. What about profane language?
No, they don't train us on that either.
I believe you just said in the video you're going to jail, did you not?
I believe so.
Okay. What about the response? It doesn't matter what you think. Is this the proper response to people when you're investigating a domestic?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
Minutes, 31 seconds.
Oh yeah, that was definitely in there.
I'm not 100% sure what that was in response to, sir.
I believe we can play the rest of that video now, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, for the record, this will be from 20:58 and 20 seconds. Starting back.
All right.
So blunt splitter, what is
Give it to her,
that?
please.
Temporary
Blunt splitter,
mat?
you see how that's disrespectful?
Yeah, what is that?
Charge me with
Entry
anything.
dog. Oh, it's
I
a
don't
splitter.
want to talk to you no more.
Okay, well, you're going to jail for resisting.
Resisting? I didn't do anything.
Did I tell you to get out of the car?
I told you I reserved my rights. I asked you the reason. That's my right.
Did I tell you to get out of the car? Did I? You don't. Why are you doing all that? Stand up.
I'm scared of you. I told you I'm scared.
Stand up. Quit acting like a grown man, man. Act like a grown man. Come on, come back here. You're making this a thing.
It is. If you've been getting, you have to look in your life.
Yeah. Let me fix
What
this.
happened
in the past is whatever. We're here right now.
It's all the same to me.
What am I gonna do? Bitch,
I'm scared of you. I keep saying I'm scared of you.
You ain't scared of me.
I am.
You ain't scared of me, man. Come on. You are not scared of me. Get in this car. Oh, shut up. You are not scared of me. Like, not even the slightest bit.
You can't change my words. You can take them and do whatever you want. I am scared of you.
All right, get in the car.
You're a female. I'm
Get in the
scared.
car.
Y'all make whatever y'all want to make.
Get in the car.
I'm with a white woman. I'm a black man. I'm scared of you.
That don't mean a damn thing to me. I don't give a shit about color. Get in the car.
You don't, but I do.
Okay, get in
It's
the car.
my life. You ain't been where I've been.
Get in the car. All the way in.
I'm trying.
There you go. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Told him to get out of the car. Explained to him Pennsylvania versus Mims, everything. Told him to get out of the car. Told him to get out of the car. Told him to get out of the car. I had to open the door myself, and then he finally, I had to carry him out of the car because we didn't want to play games.
Roger that. So she's not being.
She doesn't be cooperative. He's not being cooperative. He doesn't want my services for domestics. So
She said at the
what
beginning, I said, look, we got a call dude starting to kill people. She's like, he's just talking. He wouldn't really hurt anybody. And then near the end, I was like, so to be clear though, like he did threaten me. She was like, I don't remember him saying that. I'm like, okay.
will you do my paperwork for me?
Your DV, yeah.
I'm sure one of us, he got a wallet in here or not. You got a wallet in here?
A wallet? No.
You don't have an ID?
I'm not 100% if it's in your.
What's that right there? Is that your ID? Oh, okay.
That's my license.
I got you.
I broke it a little.
What's his name?
His name? Did he give it to you?
No, I haven't got it from you. He's terrified of females apparently, so.
What is his name?
What's his name?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ask
Like,
him
I don't get
myself.
why y'all need.
I was just trying to get it from you because you're like a little more cooperative than he's being, so I'm.
I'm sorry about that. Like, I'm trying to. I don't want him to go
Is
to
it
jail.
what's tatted on your arm?
Stupid.
Because that's kind of funny.
Well, I don't want him to go to jail.
Okay, well he's going either way, so.
What was he going to jail for?
Can I see that real quick? I'll just use it by your DO.
It's kind of broke.
For resisting, 'cause I told him to get out of the car, he didn't get out of the car. 146 Central. Tennessee DO and ready. Will you try to get his info?
Yeah.
Thank you. 106-626-651. They're all good.
I lost her about 3 weeks one time.
Listen, I'm not trying to be rude, okay? I'm not trying to be rude at all. We were called. They're saying it's threatening to kill you and the kids and everything else.
Ask them.
No, you're good.
Ask them.
No, we ain't gotta do all that. What I'm saying is, I'm here for a reason. Like, all I gotta do is make sure that he didn't beat the
He can't even get back.
back there to the kids because all this shit and all. As long as that's not going on, like no, then I give y'all some. He ain't put his hands on nobody. Yes, he talked shit. Yes, I talked shit. Yes, we yelled, but he ain't put his hands on nobody. It's not. They're fine. We're fine. It's not legal to argue. Everyone argues. What I'm saying is, we don't have to make this a thing. Any type of situation like this, it doesn't matter who you are. I'm gonna separate the people and talk to you. Okay? So that's all that was happening. That's why. I think I went to school with you. Yeah. That's why. That's why we're here.
Okay, probably.
Huh?
She doesn't have a tattoo on his arm.
She gonna tell us who he is?
No, he will, but so his name is actually Sherrick. He pronounced it Cedric, and he spelled it like he didn't really give a fuck. Right? So I was trying to copy it down while he was doing it, so I was asking if that's spelled Sherrick. S-H-E-R-R.
You got a social? Just get a social. That's the easiest way. Go ahead, 146.
Yeah, this thing started out as a joke, and it's got out of control now.
Careful. Did you get it? You get a social.
What's your date of birth? I can't look you up on that. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that works.
475.
That's your whole social?
475. 1250. Like when I tell you I'm scared.
You said that's way too many numbers.
No, 470. Ask her, she knows.
I know, that's what I'm trying to figure out, man.
She won't tell you who.
You just tatted on her arm. That's not funny, but.
Which you shouldn't ask me, bro. Like, we have no games to play. There's no problem. She told you. I told
What is.
No. What, so just because that name's on her arm, though, right? That don't mean it's you, though. It could be a different family member.
That is me.
Okay, I believe that. I'm just saying, when I first saw it, I'm thinking that could be a family member. I don't know.
All my kids and everything.
Okay. So, all right. So, what's your date of birth? We'll just do that. It's easier. You know when you were born, right?
I can't tell you how old I am because I don't celebrate birthday.
2389. So you're 33. Because I'm 33. We're both 89. Yep.
Did you get all that now?
613.
Let me do DV real quick.
Is there some relevance to watching her pull out the paperwork that we need? Stop the video.
Yeah.
I understand it may be an hour or more that we're going through this. I'm just trying to determine, is there some portion of this that is relevant to the issues that the jury has to decide?
Yes, I have some questions that pertain to everything that's marked. It shouldn't be much longer. What is?
Your Honor, my list shows about 8 more minutes.
All right.
He's terrified of me, apparently.
Pretty intimidating.
Man's solid muscle. Not at all. He's like solid. Solid muscle.
That's probably.
That's different though, man. Come on.
Yeah. That's why.
ma'am.
I'm the one who called.
Okay, yeah.
And
Cool,
I
perfect.
even have my boyfriend on the phone who heard all of it.
It's okay. What happened?
So you could tell she's pregnant, right? He pulls in, absolutely just screaming at her over who knows what. But then he's like, "I'm gonna kill you and those kids behind you." And then he was like, "I'm gonna get my sister."
Where was this at?
So
I'm in the parking lot.
Yeah, on the worker's side. I don't have any doors behind you, so it's like I can hear everything and anything. But he's like, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna get my sister to kill you. I'm gonna drag these kids. I'm gonna kill the kids." Talks about hitting her. Like I even have my boyfriend on the phone too, who can contest that he heard all of it too. He's talking about killing her and the kids, and like I don't know how to describe it. Like pushing her kind of, like that nudge pushing her, and he was like slamming her and the doors on the car, and like just going at her.
Okay.
But like, and didn't you hear all that?
Do you need TV paperwork?
I do. That's what I was trying to do. You'll get that.
But like,
I mean, I started.
my
just
boyfriend
hadn't
on the
finished.
phone. He heard it all too.
I don't think she's gonna cooperate.
Yeah, but she got in the car, so it probably was a normal thing. But like,
Yeah, she's not being very cooperative. Like she won't tell me much. So, and neither will he. So.
Yeah, but yeah.
So he was like threatening to kill the kids.
No, he was threatening to kill the kids. And like I was shook. I went and told my manager too, like what happened after I called y'all. But yeah, I saw the lights. I was like, that's probably them. So
yeah,
I was like,
I did get him stopped. So I do appreciate you calling.
Yeah, but he was like threatening to kill.
Do you happen to have your ID on your second log that you were my complainant? And that I had like legit reason to make contact with him, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like going at her, and like, again.
Sweet. I appreciate you calling for real.
Like, yeah. No, other people saw in the parking lot.
As far as like putting his hands on her, you just saw like he's kind of doing that, like
he was,
shoving,
nudging
pushing
on
her.
her. But then when they got in the car, you heard her scream, and then like they drove away fast after that. And that's when I went inside to go tell my manager. If like a cop comes and talking to me, like y'all know that's not me.
Yeah.
Cruel to her.
What's the phone number for you?
615.
Cool. Yeah, the way it kind of sucks, like with domestics, that people don't want to like tell me what happened, and I didn't see it myself. I can't do too much about it. But yeah, he's going to jail for something else. So.
No, but yeah, I didn't know what to do because I didn't know like in the heat of the moment. It was like I'm right here, they're right there. He was like walking towards me and like kind of like are you listening type thing, and I was like ignoring him on the phone with my friend. I was like acting like I was talking to my friend. I was like, hey, I'm going home, I'm clocking out type thing.
Yeah, I got you. Well, cool. I appreciate you coming down here and talking to her real quick. You have a good one. Yeah. He was threatening to kill her. That was a complaint I just came down here.
Really?
Said that he was threatening to kill her and the kids. Like she was like all shook up. She was like, he was like doing like that nudge kind of push thing, and they both got in the car together, and she started screaming, and they drove off real fast.
Okay.
I don't really think that I have enough because she's not going to cooperate. She won't tell me of that.
You know what that is?
It's supposed to be a cap repair. When I first pulled it out, I thought it was a blunt splitter. That's what it felt like. That's what it looked like before the light was on. He's like, that's a kid.
He's terrified of it. Every time you keyed up, we couldn't hear what you're saying, and I'm like,
Probably because he was yelling over me. Yeah, sorry. I was asking y'all to step it up as I was trying to do because like as soon as I walked up there, he was.
We were all the way out on West Crab Creek, almost to Lena to serve that warrant. And then I'm like, there's nobody else. So we were already coming priority, but we were so far out at
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I was trying to ask y'all to step it up, but because I didn't know
We
y'all
were
were
stepped
coming
up
hot.
already.
Yeah, I didn't know y'all were still coming hot, but, yeah, because I knew that was about to escalate. I expected him to whole ass start acting a fool. Well, I don't think she's gonna cooperate, so. Ask him if he wants his denture stuff or whatever this is. Did you want this going with you? Or you can put it in the car?
You want that stuff?
Your repair kit thing?
We'll take your silence as a no, so yes or no? Oh, so yeah, I was putting a.
Yeah, did you want this to go with you? Give it to her? Do you need anything else out of the car?
No, I want you to let me out.
Cool. There's that. He told me to just give it to you. It's like some kind of repair thing, something.
Oh,
for
it's
tooth.
for his tooth.
Yeah. Will we do all that? Cool. You you haven't read it yet?
I haven't.
Okay,
No,
so
I read it.
book
I
him
literally just
in.
finished
Yeah,
it, so
we went over.
cool.
Like I went over.
That's all
I did have an ex-boyfriend that did like put his hands on me.
Yeah, I got you. Look, I mean, like,
It's been years ago, but damn, I cut my ear somehow.
who's this, man?
I cut it at work yesterday. Really stretched.
Oh, okay.
So it was just
So, I mean,
I don't want to get blood on you.
my thing is that I got people telling me a completely different story than what I'm being told by both of y'all, and that's
I
cool.
get it. I mean, I told you, you can
You-
ask them if he threatened to kill me and them. Like,
Yeah, it's
good.
cool.
Like, I'm not worried about that. Ella can't even get back there to him because they got a chicken.
I got you. Well, it's just so concerning
Well, I
about
have a
how
chocolate
aggressive
pie.
he apparently was being with you. So, but if you don't want to cooperate,
I'm gonna be
that's-
real.
that's
Like right
you.
now, I told him if he did, it would be a totally different call. It wouldn't be a domestic. It would probably be a murder. Because I'm just not going.
All right. Well,
I can handle myself.
I got you. All right.
For the record, Your Honor, we just played continuously through to 21:13:59 seconds from the previous start time announced.
All right.
In this video you just seen, you said, stop making this a thing. What do you mean by stop making this a thing?
So you were making the situation into something it didn't need to be.
Would you say resisting, arresting me for a false resisting arrest, be making it a thing?
What are you asking?
Arresting me falsely for resisting arrest, would that be making it a thing?
I didn't falsely arrest you for resisting arrest. Probable cause was found on several occasions, actually.
Would it be making it a thing to arrest someone and not cite them when statute requires a citation?
A citation's not required for resisting arrest.
So I could have continued the resisting arrest after a citation?
Is that a question?
Yes.
What's the question?
So I would have continued, the incident would have continued if you would have cited me
Cited you for what?
for resisting arrest?
We don't cite people for resisting arrest.
You stated to the arrest and the other officers that you called for backup, you had to drag me out of the vehicle. Did you had to drag me out of the vehicle?
That I'd assist you out of the vehicle? Yes, absolutely. You can see where I'm holding pressure on your arm to get you out of the car. And you're holding up on several times and you jerked away from me at the beginning and it wasn't to take your seatbelt off.
So it wasn't to point out a knife on me or anything like that, or take the seatbelt off? That's what you're saying?
So I grabbed your arm and you pulled your arm away from me. Then You placed the cigarette in your mouth, then you decided to take the seatbelt off, and then you started getting out. You were hesitant. I'm pulling on your arm, and that's when you were like, "Hold on, I have a knife in my pocket," and I took the knife out of your pocket, and then you got out of the car. We began walking back to the car. I was holding your arm, and you again jerked to put your hands in the air when you were asking if those were male officers that were arriving on scene.
But the resistance came for not getting out the car, correct? The resisting arrest charge came for not getting out of the car, correct?
Resisting arrest from the whole incident of not getting out of the car and me having to assist you out of the car, yes.
Okay. Okay, separating me to address a domestic, is that your only method of addressing a domestic? Or was that your chosen method?
It was the method that I chose that made the most sense. You're the driver of the vehicle. That keeps you from driving the vehicle away with the potential victims in the car. I don't know what's in the car, if there were weapons in the car. I have all of these officer safety concerns due to your behavior and how you're responding to me and how you're acting. So the most reasonable thing would absolutely be to remove you and come talk to you instead of removing everyone else from the car because you didn't want to get out.
How many other people was in the vehicle?
Oh, you had children in the vehicle and she was in there.
Can you give me a count of how many people was in the vehicle?
I do not have a count of the number of people that were in the vehicle.
So you pulled me out the vehicle and you can't even remember how many people was in the vehicle?
Well, she was in the passenger seat, and then there was a huge aquarium in the typical area where someone would be sitting as the passengers, and then the kids were in the very, very back. I'm not sure the number of kids that were in the very, very back.
You sure there was nobody else in the vehicle?
Not that I observed.
So you secured the scene for your safety by pulling me out the vehicle, but then searched the rest of the vehicle?
Didn't search the rest of the vehicle.
You didn't want to see if there was anybody else back there, maybe some potential weapons in there, weapons of mass destruction, anything in the vehicle?
I separated the parties to investigate what was going on.
Okay. I mean, you were saying for officer safety, you took me out of the vehicle, but I'm figuring officer safety is checking to see if there's any other harm in the area.
You're no longer in the car. You no longer have access to those things.
Oh, so I'm the only threat on the scene.
You were removed from the car so I could speak to you. You were the person that I was dealing with.
So as soon as you got to the scene, so it sounds like to me that I'm the person that you were targeting. Is this true?
Vaughn, you're making statements again.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You must ask questions and not make statements.
Okay. So did you ever check the female on the scene?
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
You patted her down?
Oh, did I search her?
Yes.
You said checked. I thought you were asking if I'd checked her license. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. Did you pat her down at any time?
I don't believe so.
Okay. You didn't feel the need to?
No, sir.
Okay. Did you check her driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about the other witness? Did you check her driver's license?
What other witness?
The witness that pulled up at the back of your vehicle.
Judge, at this point, I'm going to object to relevance.
Sustained, that's not relevant.
The relevance being that I was also arrested for driving on revoked, Your Honor. And
how is checking the license of the person who came to the scene relevant to whether or not you were charged with driving on a revoked license?
Because it seems like I'm the only person that got checked for anything at this scene, Your Honor.
Right. Well, I am sustaining the objection as to relevance. In this court's opinion, it is not relevant whether or not they checked the driver's license of the person who came to the scene.
Okay. Okay, you said there was some other people at the scene. Did you say they were victims, I believe? That where threats was made towards them, so I don't know what you call them, but there was other people at the scene, correct, that threats was made towards?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you have a question now?
As It's my understanding they were children. Typically don't ask questions of children. It's already, you know, traumatizing to a kid that's dealing with police in general. We've had this whole ordeal at the car of you getting out. I did not see it necessary to have this discussion with the children. I spoke to the female who was the other party who was supposed to be being threatened.
Is that procedure, not question children, or that was your own opinion?
It varies on the situation of their age. A lot of things go into play. A lot of times we do not question children.
What would you say their ages are?
I don't know their ages.
You never spoke to them at all, did you?
I didn't speak to the children. I said that.
Okay. So teenagers, do you think they're old enough to be questioned?
Judge, I'm again going to object to relevance.
Sustained. It's not relevant. You were not charged with domestic violence, and as a result of that, a lot of this information that you're going to is not relevant to the charge that's being tried. The jury is only considering the retaliation for past action charge, so you might want to focus on that. So.
Yeah, I believe I am, Your Honor. I just don't think I'm asking the questions the right way. It all stems to run together. I'm just trying to prove that I was targeted in a matter that nobody else was, Your Honor. Okay, in the video, you also said to the witness that came to the scene, you said, that's why this sucks about domestics. People don't tell me what happened, and I can't do nothing about it because I didn't see it. What do you mean by do nothing about it? What do you mean by that?
Well, the witness came to the scene and she obviously was concerned about what she observed. And I was explaining to her that sometimes victims of domestics, if those threats were made, for her to feel that uncomfortable to call police and show up to the scene, sometimes, if that all happened, sometimes the victims of domestic violence are not cooperated. They don't cooperate well whenever law enforcement come to the scene. So yes, it sucks for that victim or for that person who may need protection if they aren't cooperative with us for us to help them.
Okay, would you believe that the witness was very credible?
Yes.
Okay, the passenger in my vehicle, would you say she was pregnant?
I don't know if she was pregnant.
Okay.
Judge, I'm going to object again to relevance to this whole line of questions.
What is the relevance, Mr.
Just to challenge her observation of the whole scene, just to show that, once again, she was just only focused on me at the scene. She wasn't really investigating nothing, Your Honor. She had a whole objective of just wanting to charge me because I made her mad, Your Honor.
Well, I am sustaining the objection because whether or not the passenger in your vehicle was pregnant or not pregnant was not relevant to the proceeding that to the issue that we're dealing with and the charge we're dealing with. Sustain the objection.
Okay. Was there a witness statement made by the witness?
No.
Okay.
Judge, I'm again going to object to relevance. The investigation of the domestic, he is not charged with domestic. He has played the video. The jury can look at it as they want. There's just no relevance to this line of questions.
Sustain the objection.
Okay, let's go back to the video that Ms. Danny played for us earlier. You stated that you was assisting me to place me in a cell. This be acting outside the scope of your duties?
I wasn't assisting to place you in a cell. I assisted the other officer. They were trying to remove handcuffs from you, and only one arm was being secured by the other officer. Your right arm was not secured at all. So if you take those handcuffs off, both hands are free, and now we have an arm that's not secured. I'm not going to put anybody else in a situation to put anybody else in danger.
So, to put someone in danger, would you say you were the one creating the situation?
No, sir.
You have it was a body cam footage we seen, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it wouldn't show your face remarks or your smirking or anything else you're doing, correct?
No, you wouldn't be able to see my face.
Are you familiar with the jail policy for de-escalation?
I don't work for the jail.
Oh, you don't work for the jail, but you assist them at free will?
I never stopped being a law enforcement officer. I'm not going to let them be in a situation where they're placed in danger. Removing handcuffs where only one arm is secured, that's unreasonable.
So when you enter into the jail and you place me in their custody, does your custody end there?
You go into their custody, yes.
So I go into their authority, correct?
You go into their custody. You are booked into the jail and you're in their custody.
Okay. So you said you're not familiar with your policy doesn't say anything about your authority ending when you place me into the jailer's custody? Your policy for de-escalation or enter into a penal facility or nothing? That it doesn't say anything about your authority ending once you place me into their authority?
I'm not sure what you're asking as far as that goes. I still feel obligated to assist if officers being placed in an unsafe situation, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Does your policy state that the only time that you assist in a situation in the jail is with their requests, that you just don't jump into nothing like that?
I don't believe our policy clarifies, but if it did, I would argue that I'm not going to place other officers in unsafe situations.
But with you present at the scene, and you seem to be the problem that how are you placing officers in a situation by just stepping back and stepping away?
You were making the situation a thing by escalating the situation because you would not let them remove the handcuffs. And then they were going to remove handcuffs and we were going to have an arm that wasn't secured. That seems like an officer safety issue to me.
I did not pull away until your hands touched me, correct?
If I recall correctly, you were walking towards me, staring me down when Officer Gonzalez or Deputy Gonzalez grabbed your arm and pulled you back.
I don't believe I was freely, I can't say that. The statement you have in your printout here that you typed, you said, on page 1, it states that right after you told me your name was Lindsay, you said, I just gave you respect, I'm taking it back, is what you said I said. You say I was joking or being serious at that moment?
I felt like at that time we were still on okay terms until we started the following statements that were made.
All right, what about when you said, what about when I stated, no, I'm just letting you know, who I am. It ain't no threat or nothing like that. You said, you kind of just threatened me, but it's cool. What did you mean by that? It's cool.
You can threaten me if you want to threaten me. Like, if that's what you want to say, you can say that. But I'm not saying that it wasn't a threat, because it was still a threat.
So did you take it as a threat, or did you saying it's cool because I ain't taking it as a threat?
The statement is a threat.
How did you take it?
I took it as you were saying, I am a threat for a reason.
But did you take it as a threat? Like, was you in fear?
I think where the separation between a threat being made and an assault is the threat was made, not like an actual action happened. At that point in time, like, yes, kind of concerning that you said that, then with preceding statements added on top of that.
Let me ask you this. Was there a reason to be alarmed at that point?
I was caught off guard while you started talking about being a threat because we had been having normal, reasonable conversation before that.
Do you recall in the video where right before you went off and started to print off your paperwork, that a jailer asked me, said, "You look scared." Do you recall that? Do you think, well, let me ask you the question. Do you recall that?
The comment about you being scared?
Yeah, a jailer said that I look scared in the video.
No, one of the other deputies were talking in the background to the nurse that was there and said something to the effect of, you look like you didn't know what you just walked into. She was speaking to the nurse that had just walked up from the jail.
No, she was actually speaking to me, but your paper, well, I can't make that. I'm trying to explain the situation, Your Honor. Your paper was actually up a little bit in the video. You couldn't see me respond, but I responded to them. Did you take that, you stated, well, you answered that statement. That was going to ask you next. Did you think that statement was serious or false? I believe the questions I have for you right now would be, towards the end of the video, you said, you're laughing, you live in Dixon Fairview, you talk too much. And you started laughing. Why were you laughing?
I'm not going to say, oh no, I'm so scared, because you are implying that you know where I live. I'm not going to show fear in that situation.
Did you actually charge me with retaliation of past act?
It was presented to the grand jury. I did not obtain warrants for that charge, no sir.
What was it? How many months away was that, like after the arrest, would you know?
I'm not positive on the length of time.
Say about 5 months after the arrest?
I don't know the exact amount of time, but if
during that 5 months, did you receive any threats or run-ins with me or have any issues after that?
as I previously stated, I've only had contact with you during this encounter and in court.
Okay. Do you think it was necessary to put a past act retaliation on me after 5 months and no issues?
I think that it was applicable in the situation. Threats were made to me in the capacity of a law enforcement officer for doing my job.
Okay, so you don't think it was just retaliation for the false arrest?
There was no false arrest.
Okay, so you felt the charge was necessary to be placed on me?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Do you have any redirect?
Corporal J. Evans, to be crystal clear, the person that we heard in that video making those statements to you that you identified as threats, was that the defendant, Sherrick Vaughn?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point to him for the record, please?
Yes, ma'am. He's over here. Black shirt, red tie.
Judge, if the record would reflect that she has
The
identified the
record will reflect she has identified the defendant.
couple of things from the video that the jury has watched. Did you let the defendant smoke a cigarette after he was already under arrest?
He continued smoking the cigarette after we walked back.
So you let him keep it, you didn't take it away from him?
No, ma'am.
And you tried to bring him something in a small container. What was that?
I believe it was some type of, something for his tooth. It was some type of, I think he had an issue with his tooth, and it was something for that.
And the defendant's attitude from the beginning of the interaction, it goes up and is sort of elevated, agitated. And then we see him calm down. Does he ever get agitated
Objection,
again?
Your Honor, leading.
I don't think she's finished the question. I think she's giving a prefatory statement before she gets to the question part, but let me hear the rest of it and I'll consider your objection.
Does the defendant ever get agitated again like he is in the beginning before the interaction in the jail?
Overrule the objection. The statement she made was prefatory in nature to describe what she was going to ask.
Do we ever see him, or did you ever see him get agitated again other than what we see at the jail?
No, ma'am.
So it's we see moments of almost joking conversation between you and the defendant and other officers and the defendant.
Yes, ma'am. After the initial coming back, after he was in the car, the demeanor was completely different until we walked into the jail. We got into the side port.
I have nothing further, Judge.
Well, thank you, officer. You may step down. They may call your next witness.
Judge, I believe there is a jury out matter before the next witness.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll step across the hallway, let me consider whatever this issue is, please. Officer. All right, what is the issue?
Your Honor, this is for Corporal Stewart, our next witness. Make motion to exclude regarding statements pursuant to Tennessee's rules of evidence 403 probative value substantially outweighs the prejudice effect. And I was in custody with no ability to carry out the threats. The statements was not made specifically at Jarvin's, who was having victims in the indictment, who was named victim in the indictment, is not relevant to any fact about Jarvin's more or less true. So object to Rule 401 and 402.
You're objecting to the testimony of this of the witness who made the statements that, or repeated at a hearing earlier, that you had said you had a bullet for all of you or something on that order?
Yes, sir. I mean, he also testified that he didn't witness me state anybody's name. He just made an assumption that it was for all in law enforcement. There's no relevance to the statements.
So are you objecting to relevance, or are you objecting under the rule that exclude, I'm assuming you're looking at other, the rule of evidence having to do with other bad acts?
The Rule 401 and Rule 402, Your Honor.
All right, let me hear from the state.
Judge, I have a good faith belief that the officer's testimony will be that not only did he hear these statements, they were an hour and a half to 2 hours after the arrest and after the after Javens would have left the jail. It shows not only a continuation of the anger directed at Javens and other officers, but that continued anger shows that there may be an actual intent to carry it out, because once Javens was removed from the jail and removed from his presence, he was still making threats to harm law enforcement. And they distinctly go hand in hand with the threats that he had made earlier.
The objection is made under 401 and
Say one more rule, Your Honor, 403. And the intent was never carried out, Your Honor, stated in these rules. It's not a factor in the naming offense, or the naming charge, Your Honor.
all right. Have a seat. The objections are made under Rule 401, 403, and 404. 401 of the Rules of Evidence is the definition of relevant evidence. 403 is the exclusion of relevant evidence on the grounds of prejudice, confusion, or waste of time. Rule 404 is character evidence not admissible to prove conduct. There are certain exceptions, including other crimes. The court finds that the objection should be overruled because from the pretrial hearings that we had, the testimony of this witness is that he was dealing with the defendant at the jail and that the defendant made statements that would indicate that he had intent to cause harm or made threats against other law enforcement, including possibly the corporal who testified in this case. My recollection was that he said, "I've got bullets for all of y'all." That, in my opinion, can be construed definitely as a threat, and that threat would factor into the definition of the crime for which he is on trial. So if the crime for which he is on trial constituted by threats, oral threats that are made, then those threats that are made constitute evidence of the crime itself, and therefore they are not evidence of other crimes, but rather are evidence of the crime for which he is standing trial. It is extremely relevant, and therefore the relevance, because it is the very nature of the charge for which he is on trial, the very relevance of those statements that would have been made to go prove beyond a reasonable doubt, if the jury so finds, outweighs any prejudice to the defendant. Clearly, any evidence of guilt can be prejudicial, but in this case, it is the fact that the statements that were made were part of the proof that the state intends to rely upon to prove that the defendant actually made a retaliation for past action threat. That definition that the jury has to find is that the defendant threatened to harm the alleged victim by an unlawful act, that the alleged victim had been a law enforcement, and that the defendant did so in retaliation for anything the law enforcement officer did in official capacity as a law enforcement officer, and that the defendant acted intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly. So clearly, statements made at the jail after the incidents that we've seen that indicate that he has bullets, if that is the terminology, for all y'all, it is extremely relevant and is, while prejudicial, it is the prejudice is outweighed by the relevance, which goes to the very crime for which he is on trial. Therefore, the objection is noted, the record is preserved, and I overrule the objection. Now, you have this corporal. How many other witnesses do you have?
Lieutenant. He's lieutenant. Only Lieutenant Stewart. No. Sergeant. Sergeant Stewart.
All right. My concern is whether or not we're going to be able to finish this trial today. I'm assuming we can move quickly through these next witnesses.
Judge, my proof with this witness should be about 10 minutes.
All right. Well, since the jury's out, let them have their afternoon recess, and we will come back. Let's make it about 10 minutes for us. Everybody that needs to take a restroom break, take a restroom break, and we'll come back and resume.
Stewart, he's up next. You cannot tell him anything.
Well, guys, we're also going to break here for this trial. We're going to stop it right here. This is going to be part 1. But just to say a little bit on it, because I've already chimed in a couple of times, Mr. Vaughn, when we see his interaction with the officer, him saying to her, you know, she's lying to him like all women do, it definitely kind of shows that something was going on with him and the young lady in the truck, you know, before he was pulled over. For that to be on his mind and for him to say that, you know, like he's had either trouble with women in the past or he's currently having trouble with the young lady that he was in the car with at the time. I thought it was very dangerous for him to insinuate that he knows where the officer lives, because stuff like that is taken pretty seriously. But nonetheless, he's chosen to fight this fight this second charge. And so far, I mean, it doesn't look good. I mean, all of the things we see on the body cam, he said he was definitely talking real crazy and out of his head, to the point of where he got the attention of all the other prisoners that was in the jail. They all in the windows looking to see what's going on. So it's going to be definitely interesting to see how this plays out. But I will say, so far, it doesn't look like it's going to play out in Mr. Vaughn's favor. But listen, we've seen stranger things. So listen, that is the end, once again, of part 1 of this trial. We will be back with part 2 soon. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all of my trial people out there, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. You guys really went in on that Judge Oakley trial that we shared. I'll put that link in the description just in case you want to see that, of another sovereign citizen that he had in his courtroom. But listen, this is Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame, guys. And for now, Sovereign Citizens Court is adjourned. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. God bless.